Hi, guys. All right. I want to talk about crafting good. I just finished a 12-week session with Rachel doing personal coaching, and it was amazing. I'm going to try not to go on and on and on about it because I could, but I just want to briefly share my experience. And so, thinking back to the person I was 12 weeks ago to now, it just makes me think about the cycle I was stuck in. Kind of that I'd be out at Target or Starbucks or wherever, and I'd see some inspirational quote on a coffee cup or whatever. Anything, something, live joy, chase your dreams, whatever it is that would hit me that day. And you'd look at that coffee cup and be like, yes, that's what I want to do. I want to choose joy. I want to be that coffee cup. And I'd drive home with the windows down and I'm feeling all motivated. It's I'm going to go home. I'm going to make a healthy dinner. I'm going to skip the wine. I'm going to go to bed on time. I'm going to wake up tomorrow and work out and eat breakfast and drink 8 glasses of water. And I'm going to be a kind wife and a patient mother. And I'm going to do it. It's time. This is it. And you walk in your house. Everybody is there that lives there. You're like, well, maybe I'll have a glass of wine. That was probably a little ambitious, Keri. Just set attainable goals. So I'm going to do the healthy dinner, but I'm going to pour my glass of wine while I make my dinner, which turns into 2 glasses of wine, of course. And then, it's we're still on track. I get the kids down, get in bed at a reasonable time. And after I set my alarm, I check Instagram for just a minute, which turns into 30. And then it's oh, I see my friend. She's watching the Bravo reunion. I didn't know it was on tonight. I want to do that. And I already drank and I don't want to drink tomorrow. So I'm just going to have a 3rd glass of wine, watch 1 episode, which turns into 2, which means your night of good sleep is ruined. And you wake up the next morning and there's no working out and there's no breakfast and you snap at your children and you did not become that coffee cup. You are not choosing joy and you just choose the same old patterns, and it goes on and on and on like that. And that's where I was. I was stuck between the desire to change and knowing how to do it. And through a series of fortunate events, which I would love to talk about another time, Rachel and I began this 12-week journey together. And what she did was give me the plan of action to become that coffee cup. I am such a better version of myself after 12 weeks with her. I understand myself better. I can read myself better. For me personally, a lot of my reactions and emotions were not the healthiest, and that has totally changed. And I can anticipate, I pay attention now to my physical body. Okay, this does not feel right, and it feels like you're about to react in a way you don't want to react, and I can change, redirect myself, which is just amazing and empowering. And that's just one example of so many changes that I have made with Rachel. So if that story, the coffee cup story or that cycle resonates with you at all, I highly recommend that you think about calling Rachel. And the other part of this that I want to mention is that I have never done anything like this before. And I, 6 months ago, would have thought that this is not for me and that Rachel was not for me and I was not for Rachel. I would have thought I am not essentially oiled enough for Rachel. She's, woo-woo, and I don't meditate, I don't do yoga, I don't wear essential oils. I had it in my mind that you had to be a certain type of person to do things like that, and that I was not that type of person. And a perfect example, of who Rachel is and the way she can just see you for you and make you shine is when we first met. One of the things that Rachel helped me with was my time management and my schedule and all this stuff. We met once a week for 12 weeks and we, tackled goals. And so one of my goals, one of the things that bring me joy, if you're watching this, you probably already know that I love reality TV. And so one of my goals was to continue that, to find time to do that. I love to wake up slow in the morning and drink coffee in bed and watch reality TV. And as a busy mom, that obviously doesn't happen. I'm not doing that every morning. And I was embarrassed to tell Rachel that. I thought that's a stupid goal, to watch more reality TV. But Rachel didn't bat an eye. I mean, she was like, all right, you deserve that. You deserve to have a slow morning and watch reality TV. We're going to make it happen. And we did. It's on my calendar. Today actually is my slow morning day. It's on my calendar every Wednesday. It's on my husband's calendar so that he knows. I usually have to remind him, but I make it happen. And again, I'm a wife and a mother and human, and sometimes I have to move that day. But I have Wednesday blocked. I do not make appointments. I do not schedule any commitment. And if I don't want a lazy morning, if I want to get up and go shopping or run an errand, I do. But it has become a ritual in my week that is so much more than 1 hour of reality TV. It is setting boundaries, taking time for myself, sticking up for myself. And it's just a really small example, I feel like, of how amazing Rachel is, because as vain and shallow as that little goal sounded, she accepted it, like put a big shiny bow on it, and it really changes my week every week and makes me proud of myself. Spending a little time with Andy Cohen, who would have thought that that could be so transformational? So again, if any of this resonates with you, but you feel like, oh, I would never do that, or that's way too like hippy dippy or whatever, I would encourage you to think more on it, or even just give Rachel a call. She'll do like a free 15-minute call with you, and you guys can just find out more about each other, because honestly, like, it will not be my last 12 weeks with Rachel. And I just can't say enough about her. You will love her. She will love you. That's the best part. You will just fall in love with her and yourself and make big changes. And I don't know. Like I said, I could just go on and on. So this is 8 minutes long and I'm going to stop now. But call Rachel.